Hey guys,
Hey everyone.
welcome back to
Welcome
episode
back.
4.
Wow, this is fun.
Yeah, it is. Today we're going to go back to school.
Not
Not
literally.
literally, but we are going to talk about the differences in our school systems, kind of what surprised us learning about the other person's school or school situation or whatever it is. And I know for me, I know you found that very funny, that one of my main sources of information about the American school system were TV shows and movies.
The fact that you thought American schools were based off of movies. I mean, it could
I
be
didn't
that.
think it was based off of... Hold on.
Hold on. It could be. I can't say anything about that, but like, I don't know.
Like, hold on. Don't make me look more stupid than I am. I didn't think it was based off of it. I just thought... I just didn't have any other source of information. So I was like, oh, I was watching like High School Musical, and I was watching...
Yeah, because we break out into a song in high school.
I don't know what you guys do over here. But no, so like a lot of like high school movies that were out like when I grew up were kind of my source of information because...
I mean, I get it. If you're growing up in a different country, you always think like, oh, this is how schools are in America, which...
You cling on to cliches first,
Yeah.
too, I feel like. And at the time, I hadn't been to the U.S. and I hadn't met somebody from the U.S. when I was younger, at that time still. So that's
You didn't know
that's
any
where I had
better.
my information
Yeah,
from. So I
that's
thought,
fair.
there were the cliques of like jocks that played, football and
Oh.
the nerds and that were in the science club. And then there's, Troy Bolton and Gabriella and like
Gabriella. Oh, boy.
and they're in love and they go to a homecoming dance together. And yeah, that's pretty much how it went, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah. That's it. Thanks, guys. No, but like, I don't know. That's where I feel like I got my source of information from. My main source was movies and TV shows because they depicted that, I guess, in a way that I thought might be true. And I mean, it has some aspects were fair. For example, for me, coming from Germany, and for you, the other way, it was shocking. I learned through the movies that you had school sports.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people from the U.S. might not know this, but in Germany, we don't have school-organized sports. Like, we have gym class, but, like, we don't have a football team. We don't have a soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
Lacrosse doesn't exist at all, really. And we don't have that organized by the school.
Yeah, no, that was really interesting because I was like, oh, do you not play any sports in school? And you're like, yeah, I do, but just not in school. Like, what does that mean? You don't play for your high school? You're like, no.
Yeah, I remember that was shocking to you because that's what you're
Yeah.
used to. And we don't have school sports, but we have sports clubs. Like, for example, I played in a sports club, soccer for my town, or table tennis, or volleyball, or whatever. But you don't have it organized by the school, which
Interesting.
is, I feel like a part of it is also because, I don't know, it's because you have a lot of after-school activities, I feel like, in the U.S.
Yeah.
And that also
Yeah.
leads to school being longer.
I feel like,
When did you normally get out of school?
I got out at 1:30.
All right, never
My
mind
high
then.
school got out at 1:30.
Okay.
That was
never
wow.
mind then.
Now that I think about it, growing up, I'm like, this is so long. And now I think about it, 1:30 getting out of school, that's fantastic.
That was early.
That's great.
But you probably didn't have any after-school activities.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
A lot of other people
Here we
probably
go.
did. I didn't.
No, that's
I went
fair.
home.
Yeah, but and I feel like it has positives and negatives. I feel like it can have
Yeah.
positives and negatives. For example, like we talked about this, that it's like having the school sports, I feel like brings the school together, can bring the school together.
absolutely.
Everybody comes out for the soccer game or the football game or, then it's like a group thing and you support
Yeah.
your football, team. Yes, thank you. A team together and kind of thing. But at the same time, I was always happy going out of school and participating in clubs just because, and this might be particular to me, but like I feel like in school you take a specific role. It's like everywhere in life. I feel like now we're getting a little philosophical, whatever. If you go to a new town, you kind of reinvent yourself in that town.
Yeah.
Because where you grew up, everybody knew you from Adam. So
From what?
from Adam, here we go back. It's an expression. Like they knew you from
Okay.
the beginning.
Oh,
From
okay.
Adam and Eve, the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I got
whatever.
you now.
All right. They
Wow.
knew you from the beginning. Sorry. I'm feeling philosophical now. They knew you from the beginning. So kind of how they knew you, their first impressions of you kind of stick with you. So it's hard to
true.
get rid of them. You know, so if you are in high school, the first impressions that people in your class get of you, like you're a nerd, you know, you're kind of cute, but you're like this, or you're kind of like that. It's hard to get rid of them.
That's
So
fair.
if you go out of school to do sports, I feel like I could be a different person there. You know, wherever I went, I could be a different person.
I can understand that.
You know, so somebody in my soccer club might see me totally different if you would ask him than somebody in school.
It's funny because when you first meet you look like such a sporty person, but you're such a little nerd. It's so cute.
Thanks. But for example, like that, you know, in school, I was more of the nerd,
Yeah.
but I am sporty. So if I went to like a soccer club or volleyball, I was known totally different.
So then, technically, did you have any cliques in school at all? Would
I
you
feel
say?
like not like that.
Not to the extreme.
Not like there's always like, I feel like in every school, you feel like there's those people that are like the cool guys or like
Fair.
whatever, or the cool girls. But like it doesn't, that's why also cliques in Germany don't really happen like that, because you don't have a football team. You don't have a
Yeah, that's
lacrosse team. You don't
true.
have you don't have that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's much more just everybody just goes to school, you know, which is
Yeah.
also the German way of doing things. You go to school to learn. That's it.
It also
No
brings
fun.
us to the next topic of you don't even know your teachers.
I wouldn't say I don't know my teachers.
You
but,
know them, but like,
but yes, the relationship between teacher and students, I feel like, at least from mine and your experience, is very,
Very
different in
different.
Germany, especially in high school. I feel like teachers in Germany are mainly people to respect. You know, they're people of authority, and you know they're not trying to be your friends.
see, okay, it's not like our teachers were our friends in high school, but they were friendlier to us in a sense. Like,
Okay, hold on.
I used to joke around with my teachers.
Our teachers are friendly too. We can joke around with them. It's just like, for example, when I first came to New York with you, you went to visit your guidance counselor and your math teacher. And there, I mean, like, maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe my school teachers will be, you know,
Very happy to
very
see you.
happy to see me, that I'm visiting them or whatever. But I don't know if they would. And I feel like, I don't know. I would never have that idea. And maybe, again, this is my fault. And maybe they would feel really appreciated.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. It's just,
I don't know. I think like, and I'm not the only one that does that either. Like I talked to my cousins who are now, we all went to the same school. But they even to this day go and visit their teachers too,
I mean, that's very nice.
you know, but it's funny because it's only high school.
Oh.
I won't go to my middle school.
Well, that's fair. You're also younger.
We're also younger. I feel like high school, because we're getting closer to college and all of that, we get more closer to our teachers in a sense, like being able
Yeah.
to talk to them
That was-
about life. I guess, if that
was
makes
for me
sense.
definitely like a mini culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I went to, you know, college here in the U.S., teachers were almost like your friends.
Yeah,
Like,
they really try to
but
help
really,
you
they
out.
really try to help you. They're like, if you have any questions, come after class. You know,
Yeah.
they ask if you okay. You know, stuff like that. You know, they ask about your life. They're interested,
Yeah.
almost like it's not just they're
But
just
not in
there.
a weird way. Not like
No.
But it's more like
in a
that-
friendly way.
Yeah,
It's more like a counsel.
yeah, exactly.
You know, like they're trying to really help you out. They're really actively trying to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, obviously that exists in Germany too, and you have those type of teachers. But I feel like in the U.S. it's much more encouraged.
That's
sense.
fair. I mean, you also could be. I could just be talking about my school because my school
Again,
always,
this is mainly our experience.
Yeah.
So there might be like different parts of Germany where people are totally friendly with their teachers, or where their teachers are totally always.
yeah, and it
they're
could be that
friends.
other parts of New York or the U.S. It's like
Yeah.
I won't go visit.
You obviously
What?
always get influenced by the immediate.
Yeah.
Your immediate
But that
surroundings
was
and
my
everything.
experience. I loved visiting my teachers. I would still go to this day if COVID wasn't a thing. I would still go
Yeah.
and visit them.
Yeah, you touched on something, by the way, which is another difference in Germany and in the U.S. Because you said middle school.
Yeah.
We don't have middle school.
Really?
Like,
Wait, really?
yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Oh, no. This is such a
What?
like. Yeah, this is like, okay. The standard German school system is basically you start with kindergarten
Yeah.
and
Same.
wait, you have preschool, don't you?
We have preschool, like pre-K 3, pre-kindergarten 3 where you're 3 years old, and pre-kindergarten 4 where you're 4
We
years old.
don't have that either.
I mean, I don't know if that's. I can't tell you if that's something where it's required or not.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's
I
the other
can't
thing.
tell
Like,
you.
that's the like before we get into like how the structure is. Also in Germany, Germany doesn't really have. We do have private schools, but barely any. It's most state schools. That's it.
So public schools.
It's all public
would you
schools. Yeah.
Consider.
That's pretty much
Interesting.
99% of it.
Really?
Yeah. That's really, we don't really have any private schools. We have select private schools, but that's it. Then you go to primary school. And
What's primary school?
that's right after kindergarten. When you're like 5, 6 years old, you go to primary school.
Okay.
And you go for 4 years.
So first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you have primary school like that too, right?
We do. So I think my town was just very different because we had kindergarten and first grade and second grade in one school.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. And then you moved up for third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. And that's also, both of those are considered elementary schools. But again, this is just my town.
Okay.
And then you moved up to middle school, which was sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade.
So many school changes.
Yeah, it was a lot. And then high school was just 9 through 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have primary or elementary school for 4 years right after kindergarten.
Okay.
And then high school for the rest of the time.
Wait, so you start high school at fifth grade?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
All the way until 12.
Really?
Yeah. And so you're with the same people the whole time.
Interesting. So my town was different. So we actually had, because like two separate parts of town. Our town was pretty big. And I went to one part of the town. And then someone else went to another part in town. And we all met up in sixth grade.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely different as well. And and in Germany, there's another difference, which is that after primary school, basically you look at the grades that the kid has, but they're aware of that. And then there's 3 schools kind of they can go to, and it's depending on your level
That's
at that
so
age.
interesting.
So you can go to what we call the Hauptschule, which is like what?
Nothing. Continue.
Which is like the lower level in a sense, then the
Okay.
Realschule, which is the middle level, and Gymnasium, which is the highest level.
Okay.
But no matter which school you go to, you still have the chance always to move up.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, you still
Except
always have
if
the
you're in
chance
the
to.
biggest one, the
Well, yeah,
gymnasium.
because you just do your A levels at the end of the Gymnasium, which makes you then go to university.
Okay. And so let's say you're still in like the lower levels, but you stay there the rest of your school career. What happens? Do you still have, what's A levels?
A levels is basically what we need to get into university.
So do you still have A levels?
Okay,
At the
so
bottom
for
school?
example, how it is in the middle school, if you go to Realschule, which is in the middle,
Okay.
you have 10 years. You have until 10th grade. Sorry. You have until 10th grade.
Okay.
And then what a lot of people do is you can do an apprenticeship. So you don't need to go to university necessarily to get a job. You can do an apprenticeship and, become in certain jobs, you can just do an apprenticeship and then do that job. It's more hands-on. It's more physical often.
Okay. But if they don't want to do that.
If they don't want to do that, they can then move up to the Gymnasium for the last 2 years and then write the A levels.
Okay. So what about if you're in the lowest level?
It's the same. You move up. So it's no matter where you are, you can always, if you write the right grades, you can go move up and then write the A levels
Oh.
and then go to university.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's just a different
It's just
way
confusing.
Yeah, I get it. It's just a different way of doing things. And it's a lot. The initial thought was just that kind of, I think you have that in the US, that if you're good at certain subjects, that you can move up in that subject.
Yeah.
And-
You had, what do we have?
Don't ask me.
Oh my God. I'm losing it.
But I know what
It's like
you're trying to say.
college level courses
Yeah,
almost,
you basically
in
can
high
move
school.
up, I think, in courses to
Yeah.
higher grades. if
Yeah,
you're good
yeah,
at them.
yeah. I mean, I went
So-
to a public school, so you were definitely, I don't know what it is in private schools, but you were definitely able to do that there where you were able to take college courses.
Yeah, so instead of doing that, the thought in Germany was kind of that, your general grade average will kind of show, let's say, how fast or slow you want a class to move.
Mm-hmm.
So if, let's say, your grade average was very good, you comprehend things a little quicker. And again, that's a snap judgment maybe at that age. It could be, you can argue. But that was kind of the thought behind it, I believe.
That's fair.
So that, you don't have 2 people in one class where one needs the teachers to explain it a lot slower and one needs them to move very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of that the teachers can adjust their speed to the knowledge in the class.
I mean, I get
So kind of
I
that
get
nobody
it.
feels left out, nobody feels behind, nobody feels, bored. That was kind of the thought behind it.
I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. I feel like for us, we didn't. obviously didn't have that, but we were also always able to stay after school and ask our teachers for help, or go during our free period if they had a free period and their office hours, and go there and
for sure.
ask them for help if we really needed help.
Yeah, for sure.
You
for
know?
sure. And I know that what was different, we talked about this, is that you didn't, I know we had this good conversation, I think, with my parents the other day, and
Your
you were like,
parents were so shocked.
and you were like, what was your least favorite subject? And we like guessed like biology or chemistry for you or something. And you're like, I didn't have chemistry.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and we were like, what?
And you were like, what about physics? I don't have physics.
Yeah, that was mind blowing to me. Because in Germany, there's certain classes that you have to take.
Yeah.
Like you have to have chemistry, you have to have physics, have to have math, German, like what we would call basic subjects, you have to have. You need to take them.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a choice.
No, I get it. I mean, I feel like I also didn't have a choice, but in a sense, like I did have a choice because I went to a trade school during my high school hours.
Also, that's already like, we don't have that.
I mean, I got really lucky. I will graduate high school with a hair license. I'm not complaining.
That's also another difference, I feel like, in the US and Germany. You can do that. You can specialize in high school already.
Yeah, I mean, it was great because if we didn't do that when I was in high school, I would have to go and pay for it. God knows how much money.
Yeah.
My high school paid for it.
No, that's fair.
So,
but that's for example, I don't know if any of the US watchers don't know that about Germany. You can't do that in Germany. There's no specialized end of high school. Everybody has to finish high school. You don't have to finish, but if you finish high school, you write your A levels, which is certain subjects that you need to take and certain subjects that you can elect. Mm-hmm. And then you need to finish that to get into university.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, you can't specialize on hair. That would be an apprenticeship.
Okay.
In Germany, they want to make sure that you're actually very good at what you do when you do something like that. So like you have to teach, like you have to be with a teacher for a certain amount of hours, and then you have to be an apprentice. So you have to go, for example, to a salon and then follow, like you said, shadow a master in a sense for a certain amount of years or a certain amount of hours.
And in that time, he teaches, or she teaches
you how to do it. And then you're allowed to one day do it yourself, kind of thing.
Exactly.
So kind of you learn half by getting taught and half on the job kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that would be an apprenticeship,
I mean, I got lucky. I skipped a lot of high school classes.
Yeah, like biology, chemistry, physics. That's not important.
No, I don't use it in my daily life. What the heck do I need it now for?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that, but
yeah, I don't know.
But what was for you one of the most surprising facts that you learned about, German high school, and what stuck with you about that?
I don't know. I feel like the one thing that really stuck out with me the most was one, you don't have school sports. That's just like so mind-blowing.
That's a big one.
Well, I was like, why? What do you mean? Like, you don't play for your school? That's so ignorant of me to think like that.
No, but like, I get it. That's how you grew up. So that's...
Yeah. And then the second one was this last thing with the schooling system. Even to this day, like, I'm so confused on how it works. And like, I know I still ask you questions, even though you explained it to me millions of times. And like, I just don't get it. But like, I think it's just hard for me to like wrap my brain around it.
No, I get that.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like, it's so different, where I'm just like, what do you mean? You don't have elementary school and you don't have middle school, and like your high school is 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many.
Maybe you should have taken math. Maybe you should have taken that.
I did take math. I took algebra.
Did you?
My junior year, and not in senior.
That was terrible. You know what I found interesting in general, just to wrap this up, was that, like something like the school system, which I feel like is such a basic thing.
Yeah.
Is so different.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's so different to the point where like 6 years into our relationship, we're still talking about
this,
not knowing half of it.
Yeah, I know.
And still trying to comprehend exactly how it works. Because you think like it's a school system. It should be fairly easy and it shouldn't be that different, but there's still differences we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
And it's so vast.
I know.
Which is crazy to me.
I know.
So yeah, we'll continue to learn about each other's school. And
we'll definitely make another one.
Universities
more we learn.
And everything. There's a lot. So we'll be coming back for more. But
for sure.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
See you next one. Bye.